Good evening, everyone. Tonight we're going to look at two B-17 Flying Fortresses in 1/44 scale. These 1/44 scale kits are actually kind of cool. For someone like me who has limited space, these are great kits because I can build several of these and have room to display them in my display case, whereas if it was a 172 or a 148, I build one and I'm done because there's just no place to put them. But don't get me wrong, they're small and they're severely lacking in detail, but you know, with a little effort here and there, I mean, you can make a decent looking aircraft, and it will in the end represent a B-17. Again, you know, it is what it is, but they're not bad kits. But right now what we got here is the B-17 Bit of Lace by Minincraft, and then we've got the 1/44 Crown. It's also a B-17G. Be honest, the only B-17s I've seen in 1/44 scale are the G models. No E's, no F's, nothing else. But that's the way it is. There is a new one I just saw at my local hobby shop. I can't remember what company made it though, but it looks really nice. I'd have to get one to compare it. But if we open these up and we compare, you'll be surprised to find that this one's already open. So let me open this one up real quick. Anything inside? No. It should be no surprise to you that the Minincraft B-17G and the Crown B-17G are in fact the same B-17G kits. The only difference actually I see right here off the top of my head, you probably can't pick it up with the camera, but the Crown actually has more distinctive lines, albeit raised, whereas this is smooth and kind of dull. But otherwise, these kits are exactly the same. Plastics for both, again, identical. So, two different boxes, the same kit. Going back to this for a minute, your fuselage pieces, let's go through that. Your fuselage pieces, raised panel lines, the waist gunner windows are molded in. There's no secondary windows along the nose, behind the cockpit here. It's just all, you can see a little bit of the indentations of where the windows are, but they're just too small. If you try to cut them out, the plastic's too thick, it's not going to look right. You know, you're going to have to either really thin out the back to do that, or as I've seen other people do, just paint all the windows black or smoke them so it makes it look a little different, a little better, but personal choice. You'll notice the rudder's missing from this half as opposed to this one. That's because when you flip it over, the other half of the rudder's already here. Okay. You got your 4 engine nacelles, all molded in, big thick plastic. Nothing special. You got the rear control surfaces, one big piece, molded on both sides. When you install this, what you have to do is you have to fit this into the back slots here before you close up the fuselage. And what it'll do is when you close it up, at first you'll seal this up. This will be flopping around in there. And then when you get to that point, you just find the proper location and glue it into place, and then you're gonna have to fill the gaps with some putty around these edges. Main landing gear wheels are here. No detail to that whatsoever. But then again, what are you going to do? It's 1/44 scale. You've got your main landing gear here. Looks like 2 police nightsticks. All the weapons on the gun. You've got the top and ball turret here, and then you got the nose and waist gunner and tail gunner guns here. It's just little strips of styrene. That's all it is. Tail wheel. What you're going to notice missing from these spots here, which I've found very common in the last 2 Crown kits that I've built, is that the propellers come out of the bag busted up and broken. They're not here. They're busted and broken in the box. Your wing detail, nothing special. Again, raised panel line. You can see the exhaust here, the vents there. You can see the turbochargers molded in. Again, it's nothing special, but when it's put together, it will look like a B-17. So that's really all that matters. Plastics, the clear plastics, all extremely, extremely thick. You can see in the nose turret piece, you can actually see the pin where it mounts into the aircraft, and it's visible. It stands out. It just looks horrible. Head on, it looks like a. It's hard to see, but it looks like a big headlight, really. If I could do vacuum forming, I would vacuum form these parts, and it would look a heck of a lot better. But until I can do that, I have to do with what I have. The difference in these 2 kits, where'd they go? I saw them just a minute ago. Here we go. The decals. I give you credit. Crown has got just these little simplistic decals, nothing special. And then the Minincraft has got a little bit better. They've got some nice detail here. The nose art for the bit of lace girl here is pretty good. The only problem is she's in pink instead of red. Oh, that doesn't really do us very much good now, does it? So those are the decals. I have had a very difficult time trying to find 1/44 scale decals for B-17s. If anybody knows where to get some, let me know, because I'd be really interested in getting some. I found plenty for B-29s, but very, very little for the B-17s. So, more inside here, as you can see. That pile of plastic there, those are the props. They're all busted up. I think 2 are actually intact, and one of them, no, 3 are intact. 1 is completely shattered. Not hard to fix, just kind of a little bit of an inconvenience. You get 1 sheet here that gives you the names of, it's just a price list for them, for Crown. And then you get a color sheet on how to paint the aircraft. Not bad. I mean, really, considering it could be worse. The one thing that I did notice is missing is there's no directions on how to build this. But in all reality, it's not a very difficult kit. So, I mean, my 11-year-old could probably put together if he wanted to. The nice thing, though, is if I was unsure, the Minincraft kit has some decent instructions. Actually gives you a history of bit of lace here, and in 6 steps you can have the aircraft built. Probably take you, I don't know, if you're pushing it, you could probably get it done in an hour. And what I mean by pushing it is if you really pushed it to take your time and get it done right. Really, it's not going to take much time. And it's got a nice nice page over here for the paint colors that you can use. That's it. So I can use this for the Crown. It's not going to make a difference. But I will not be doing the Minincraft one now. I'm going to do the Crown one. So give me a little bit of time and I'll have something to show for you on the Crown B-17G. Thanks for looking.